Okay, let's talk about 5 Vikings who need to step up. Oh! All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Lupagus here with Onebar, and it's time to talk about 5 Minnesota Vikings who need to step the fuck up and start playing some football.
Jesus, you went right for it. You went for the jugular. You did not beep yourself. Oh, you know what? Hey, that's just fine. We're serious. Vikings 3-1. Let's make a push. But to do that, these guys got to step up. And so do you. Hit that sub button. Hit that thing. We've been whooping ass on subs lately. So let's keep going. We're at 7,800. Let's get to 8,000, baby. Hit it. Bing, 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 bing.
Let's get to 8,000 by next week, huh?
It might happen. It might happen. And also, why don't you have yourself 8,000 Lift Bridges, the best damn beer in the area, in the state, in the damn lower 48.
My God, we're still talking about the lower 48 these days?
I don't know. I just wanted to say it. But yeah, grab yourself a Lift Bridge. But let's do it. 5 guys that need to step up. Let's see in the comments who you think should step up. But Lupagus should tee us off here.
No particular order, but I'm going to start with the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Everybody waits for this guy to break out every single year. It's the same damn story. And again, we thought maybe this was it. Kevin O'Connell's the new OC. Creative, new, dynamic offense. Irv Smith's surely going to break out. He gets hurt in the preseason, comes back week 1. What's he do? 2 very, very bad drops through 4 games. Not done much of anything. What's his highest receiving total? Maybe close to 30 yards. Just not a guy who's producing. And really, if he wasn't in this offense, it wasn't on this team, I don't think we'd miss anything.
No. I think we've talked enough about Irv Smith. I think we should just move on.
Well, there's one thing I do think especially you see Justin Jefferson getting triple teamed, right? So you think something like that would open up some opportunities for Irv Smith, hit him down the field, do something, but instead it's KJ Osborne and Adam Thielen who are benefiting from that. So I don't know. To me, it's still kind of a shock he's not been more helpful to this team since his tenure here, but I really think this is the last hurrah for Irv Smith Jr. in purple.
Yeah, and it's we knew Kevin O'Connell's doesn't seem like he's overly in love with the tight end position to begin with, but the issue is that he's stepping on his dick when he's had opportunities. So that's the biggest issue. Whether or not he's getting the looks, that's on Kirk Cousins, that's on the play calling, but the fact that when he is getting those looks, those big plays, he's dropping the ball, that's why he needs to step up. Give me a break.
Some people call those cashing in your opportunities.
Cash in those opportunities. Another guy that should be cashing in his opportunities is brand new inside linebacker Jordan Hicks. I mean, we were both very excited pairing Hicks, the seasoned vet, along with Kendricks, another seasoned vet, to give us one hell of a dynamic duo. And so far, it's been not great.
It's been not great. I mean, he's got a lot of tackles, but the problem is those tackles are 7-8 yards down the field past the line of scrimmage. Let's start making those tackles closer to the line of scrimmage, Jordan. Why are we waiting so long? Get there quicker. And this pass coverage has been horse shit. You look at a back come out over the middle. It's always going to be a completion. A tight end's always going to complete that. Jordan Hicks always seems to be a step late and an arm length short when it comes to knocking down passes. He did a little bit better against Detroit in that regard, but 3 out of 4 games ain't good. A bad, shoddy pass coverage.
Yeah, he is officially the 57th ranked linebacker according to PFF, and his coverage is more than a liability. And usually, looking back at his past years, coverage has been a spot where he has stepped up, and this is easily his worst year in pass coverage. I think it's it might even be in the 40s. It's bad. It stinks. It reeks. It's gross. And Hicks, for this defense to turn around, he's been in the league. He's been on multiple teams. He's been in a 3-4. We're counting on him, man. We're counting on him to help this defense get better, and he's making it worse.
He sure as hell ain't helping. But, yeah, like I said, make those tackles closer. Let's get some smaller gains here. We don't need to be getting up 7 yards a pop, Jordan. A lot of that falls on you. So, come on, make some tackles. For God's sakes, we're begging you. We're begging you to be better. Let's go another guy. Let's go to safety Cam Bynum. We really need now with Lewisine. We can't rely on Lewisine coming in the season. It's all Cam Bynum.
Yeah, he's ranked 52nd best safety in pass coverage. That is dog poop. That is poopy. But Cam Bynum, we got to give a little bit of leeway to. Still very young pup, getting kind of thrown into the mix here. So he definitely has to step up. But expectations for him, he's probably the one on this list that I'm giving the most leeway to.
Well, and the problem with Cam Bynum, like Jordan Hicks, especially in coverage, it always seems like he's just a step late, just not quite there.
Maybe
he's
3.
tapping them. after the catch is made. I mean, and I think why our expectations were so high with Cam Bynum, just how quick he stepped in last year and started making plays. Look at that Baltimore game where he got a start at a position he hadn't been practicing at. Played very well. I think he had a turnover against Dallas, an interception. So this was a guy we kind of just thought was a spark plug, a guy who's going to have good things happen when he's on the field. Haven't seen it so much as now that he's been a starter. And yeah, Bynum really needs to start stepping up his game, or this Vikings defense is going to continue to struggle.
Yeah, I mean, the hope is he's playing in a secondary with some very Patrick Peterson, Harrison Smith right next to him. He's in a win-win situation to learn from these guys. And yeah, he's just not in the right spot at the right time. Very frustrating.
Absolutely. It is very frustrating. Let's go with another one here. I'm going to let you lead this one off. Quarterback Kirk Cousins needs to step up his game.
Kirk Cousins. Guy's got four interceptions already. I mean, he had 7 last year. He had 6 2 years. I mean, we're not used to the interceptions. So here's my issue with Kirk Cousins is all the other years he's been with the Vikings, it's been like he needs to be more aggressive. He needs to have some balls, blah, blah, blah. Now he's actually making some tough throws, and we're seeing some interceptions out of it. So we can't have the best of both worlds. But my issue with Cousins is just missing guys that are open. That's been his biggest thing. Kirk Cousins is going to have great games. He's going to have some gross games. We know that. We know what we got in Kirk. But you can't be missing these guys who are wide open for touchdowns. And stop throwing the ball to C.J. Ham 15, 20 yards down the field. Knock it off.
Sometimes you got to get that fullback involved until the
defense.
No, you
don't. He shouldn't be anywhere near there. He should be blocking.
Well, you look at Kirk Cousins so far has not thrown over 300 yards yet in a game, had a meltdown against the Eagles. I mean, the play calling didn't do him any help in that one where they're constantly throwing the ball. His quarterback rating week 1 against the Packers was 118.9. Hasn't been close to that since. You said it, he's missing open guys. And we've seen it too a couple times where he's rolling out, handing off, faking the handoff on the wrong side. A little bit uncharacteristic of Kirk Cousins doing things like that. A couple times too where he's just, I mean, he could tuck it and run. He's not doing that. So he seems indecisive. He's got a little happy feet. I don't know what it is. If it's the offense, he's not making the right reads. I don't know. It's hard to know what Kirk Cousins is. I mean, he hasn't been great, but he hasn't been horrible either. I mean, so that's maybe the silver lining here is he hasn't really been himself. But other than the Eagles game, he's not costing us games.
Just we're expecting more with these offensive weapons. We're expecting more. Kevin O'Connell even touched on it in his press conference, just basically saying, look, it's his 3rd game in a new or four games in a new offense, all that. So the quarterback probably has the toughest job out of it. Kirk Cousins is a smart guy. He's going to figure it out. And we'll be back to regular old Kirk, better Kirk by week 6.
Let's hope so. I mean, and again, and I'm not feel like I'm defending Kirk Cousins here, but he has had a lot of drops from his receivers this year, more than I can remember in any past Vikings 4-game stretch. So that's not helping his numbers. Look what Irv Smith did, a couple drops too last week with the Saints. And I know Justin Jefferson had one. There's a couple other ones. So receivers not always helping this guy out. But yeah, Kirk Cousins just doesn't quite seem like the Kirk of last year right now.
No, but he's still in my heart, and he's the leader of this damn team. I hate that he's on this list.
Well, I hate that this next guy's on this list too, but damn it, it's time to start calling this guy out. Danielle Hunter needs to step the hell up. You look at Zadarius Smith. He's got 3 sacks on the year. Danielle Hunter has 1 sack, 4 pressures through 4 games. That ranks him 85th in the NFL. Danielle Hunter's just not getting home. And whether I don't know if it's something with him, if it's the scheme, how he's being used. We have seen him drop back in coverage. So not sure what's going on with Hunter, but just not having the production that we thought he would at this point.
Yeah, and this is his worst pressure rate since his rookie season. And I think it has everything to do with the scheme, whether he's not just comfortable with it, he's not used to it, he's just not getting the pass rush that he's used to, getting up on that line, putting his hand in the dirt. Zadarius Smith is sure the hell getting pressures. So Danielle Hunter, I put a lot of that on him. He needs to figure it out. And I would assume that Ed Donatil, even though it's been a little rough go at it, knows how to use a guy like Danielle Hunter. So this one probably worries me the most off this list. This doesn't even seem real. It seems fake.
It's the most unexpected for sure. It's confusing. It's confounding. It makes my parts shrivel up and go inside like a turtle, like a cold turtle. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do to make it better, but you've seen him like get handled just by a tackle one-on-one. I mean, the Eagles had no problem with Danielle Hunter. And that's really, really not typical of the Hunter that we've known and come to love. So you wonder if this truly is something with him, if the injuries finally caught up with him. But I don't think that's it. I think you're right. I think this is scheme related.
I really hope it's a scheme and not injuries, because that would be a sad story. Just like
yes,
The Notebook, a good movie.
The ending just took me out of it, man.
Took you out of it. Yeah, those are our 5 that need to step the F up. Let us know who you think needs to step up. I'm sure there were some guys on the cusp that we didn't mention, but these are our boys.
Yeah, absolutely. I stepped up my headphone game. The Vikings need to step up their play on the field. The Vikings you mentioned today.
Daniil Hunter is like the Lupagus headphones of this defense.
Absolutely. He should have that bigger role. All right. Until next time, remember this. The Eiffel Tower shrinks by 6 inches during the winter. So do I.